All right, let's try this again. All right, folks, Fat Guy Flies RC here. We're out here at the Avon Park Field. We're gonna take up the Durafly Ugly Stick. It's really windy, about 10 to 15 mile an hour winds out of the southeast. See that flag there? Well, maybe it's died down a little bit, but basically it's out of the southeast. We've already done our range test, and I'll fly the Durafly Ugly Stick. Now, this plane here has no kind of gyro or stabilization of any type. You just got an what's that, the AR 420, little antennaless, kind of a rectangular shape receiver, kind of shaped like a thumb. Well, that's what's in her as far as receivers go.
Time remaining 5 minutes.
But wind is rocking her all around. Now you gotta be very careful flying this plane, in that be careful with your orientation. Pay attention to which way is up, because the exact same markings are on the underneath the wing as on top of the wing. And given that she's very thin in her profile, you could easily get upside down and not be able to tell which way is up. Now, she's considered a mild aerobatic plane, and she's not hard to fly, not hard to land. The original idea behind these Ugly Sticks were something to make a very stable, well-rounded platform in which to test motors, RC motors. Because the wing sits up on top, but it has a low profile, you get the floatiness of a high wing trainer, but you also get the sportiness of an aerobatic plane. So it's kind of a nice combination between the two. And so that's one of the nice things about this plane. But because of that way people could test just different motors. And with that great big old buttery wing on top, she could handle bigger and smaller payloads. Whoa. Yeah, the wind is a bit of an issue. Come on now, don't go walking away now. Look at that plane just moving. But she actually does pretty darn good in the wind, and very agile. Little windy to try to pull off it. Well, a little bit of a knife edge there. Try not to blind y'all. But it's a fun plane to fly. I want to say she's $119, I think, at Hobby King.
3 minutes.
Something like that. So. Yeah. Comes with a wooden prop. Wooden prop has been nice and balanced for this plane. But on a pretty day like this, where the sun's bright and we got some clouds, not too hard to keep in your orientation. But this, on a gray day, orientation is an issue. Whoa. All right, well, we got two. Oh, at the very last. But got pretty decent sized tires. Let me take a break. Motor off. Let me show you something. If you, I do a build video on this, but if you are to buy this plane, when you assemble the plane, take this wheel and turn it towards the plane, because otherwise, if you do it the way they have it, they show you, it's out here and it rides on your elevator. So when you go down elevator, you're right into your wheel and you don't get the full, I mean, you get half your movement because the wheel's in the way. Very bad design. So if you just turn that around and file off a flat spot for that grub screw to get a hold of on the other side of this metal pole, then up here, then you won't have any problem. The other thing with this plane is she's inherently tail heavy unless you add weight. As you can see, I've added weight right here, and that's the only way to get her to where she's not so tail heavy. And but that's just what I had to do. So, and remember, when you look in the manual, whatever the manual says on anything, on flaps, on CG, flapped aileron, you know, or mixes, and flapped aileron mixes, or CG, anything a manual suggests, that's what you call a starting point. That gives you a place to start, because it might be spot on for you, but everybody's battery's way different. Everybody has different flying styles. Everybody has different preferences. So you might, you know, adjust it one way or the other. But that's always a good idea, to start with the manual and work from there. Oh, I just bent my landing gear. Boy, I did. I guess I was developing some stress and didn't pay attention to it. I just broke my landing gear. Oh, motor off. Sure did. Just broke it right out of its. But that actually is a very, very easy fix. That'll slide in there like that, epoxy that back down, never even be able to tell. So hey, well, there you go, folks. That's going to end that plane for today, though. Thank you so much for watching. This is Fat Guy Flies RC. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And God bless y'all.